Hello everybody, SoCal Thero here, welcoming you back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. Today we are going to be taking, it looks like two forklifts in our A2HD truck. I believe that's how it's pronounced. I'm not good with older trucks, like I said, as far as names go. We're going to get inside here and take a look at it. So as you can see, the last time I drove this truck, it's pretty much the same. Ooh. That's a little strange. Let's see if we can fix our seat real quick. Oh, no, we're as far back as we can be. It seems like you clip into the mirror there to do that, but then again, modded truck can't do too much about that. So it looks pretty much the same in here. We have Nos with us. He's sitting in the seat right there, which he's actually sitting on my banister over here while I'm recording this. So first things first, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2020. What's some of your guys' New Year's resolutions that you guys got? Let me know down in the comments below. I'll tell you mine here as soon as we get on our way here. We're just kind of checking over the truck again. We'll go ahead and start this up so you guys can hear it. Actually, let's start from the outside so you guys can hear this truck. It sounds really good. Yeah, it's a good sounding truck. So with this run we have, like it shows, we have two forklifts, and we're actually doing the opposite of my last video where I took some limestone, I think is what it was, from Elko, Nevada to Salt Lake City. So now we're in Salt Lake City and we're taking some forklifts to Elko, Nevada, so kind of going outside of Utah. So we'll see a lot of what we saw in my last episode, but at the same time too, oh, I didn't even have that on. Okay, well, let's take the parking brake off. I wasn't sure if I did or didn't. But in my last episode, it was mostly a night run. As you can see, it's early morning in this one, so it won't be as dark for you guys. In fact, I think it's already like 5 a.m. I don't think I'm going to turn the lights on this truck just because I don't need to. So we're going to start making our way out there to Elko. I'm hoping you guys had a good Christmas. You're having a good New Year's. I know I am. We did something a little different with ours. Can I? Yeah, I can still get to that road. Okay. Forgot how touchy the brakes are on this truck. We're clear there, and we're clear there. Woo! This thing gets up and goes. There's just forklifts in the back, so I guess they're not too heavy for this truck. We need to turn right here. I'm not used to having the navigation right here, so I may drift astray a little bit. I'm going to try not to, though. And we'll make this right turn, and then I think the highway is just over here that we're going to get on. Yeah, there we go. And then, of course, I forgot to mention it. I got my Imperial stuff over there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and turn right. And then we are on the highway. Here we go. So, yeah, I did some... both my... because I spend the holidays with my dad and my mom. They're separated. And I go to visit each one of them. My dad won't be around because I'm obviously pre-recording this. I might be speaking in the wrong tense because this is the New Year's episode that I wanted to record. But he went to I think he said he was going to Idlewild for Christmas. So I won't get to see him for Christmas, or I should say I didn't get to see him based on when this episode comes out. But we did something a little different this year. We decided not to buy gifts. It's just a mutual agreement with my entire family and my wife's family too, other than for my nieces and my nephews, because they're younger kids, so we weren't going to do that to them. But you know what? This is kind of dark too. I think we're going to roll with lights on. It's a little too dark still. But we decided no gifts this year. It's not that we're trying to be Grinch and not get into the spirit or anything like that. It's just there's not a whole lot that we want. Like, most of the time when I want something, I'll just look to see if I can afford it, and if I can afford it, I buy it. Don't need to ask for it. And then on top of it too, I mean, like sometimes I'll get some stuff that, I mean, is practical and I'll use it, but it might be a while until I use it, so it just kind of sits and takes up space. So it was kind of a feeling that my sister had last year that she told my mom, and I could tell my mom was pretty bummed. I felt pretty bad because my mom likes exchanging gifts. I can tell. She's been doing it so long for us when we were kids, and then for us not to do it anymore, she seemed a little sad about it. But it's okay. Sooner or later, hopefully me and my wife will start having kids, and then she'll be able to spoil her grandbaby with gifts, and then it'll be all good. So, again, you guys can let me know what you guys do for your holidays for Christmas. I'm assuming most of you got to spend a lot of time with your family, which is good. That's always fun. It's always good to enjoy that time with the family. And then New Year's resolutions wise, go ahead and let me know if you feel comfortable sharing it. You don't have to, of course. It's always optional, as we have a little bit of road construction here we're going to have to get over. Or maybe it's not road construction. I see a lot of lights. That might be an accident again. Getting over? I think that's a Chrysler, or maybe a Cadillac. I couldn't tell what it looked like. Ooh, a little frame droppage for the fender bender. Ooh, that's a nasty one. I hope they're okay. Oh, that was really bad. Oh, I hope somebody's okay there. I hope everybody made it. That'd be pretty disappointing to start your new year with that kind of news. But yeah, I have a few resolutions this year for me for 2020, and one of them involves the channel too. I'm gonna try to really strive to, and it's always hard to do because I always say I want to do it, but it's just time. I just don't have enough time, it seems like. But I'm gonna try to really strive on learning a lot with Adobe Premiere so I could do some better editing and better cuts for you guys, so you get better quality videos. That's something I want to do. I don't know if that's a resolution or just that's something I'm looking forward to trying to do in 2020. But the other one too is weight loss. And I know that's the cliche one that everybody uses, but when I met my wife, I was probably in the best shape ever. I think I was 186 pounds, and I'm only like 5'7", 5'8", so that's not a whole lot of weight. I mean, it's still kind of heavy, but before that, before I was 186 pounds, I was 240 pounds. And it took me 6 months to lose all that weight, which was incredible. I felt so great. Then I met my wife, and I got real lazy, and I'm kind of almost back up to where I was before I started working out again. And I'm getting up there in age. I'm going to be 36 this year. I mean, way later in the year, but I need to start thinking about my health. So I'm going to be looking at going to the gym a little bit more and getting back to my routine of how I used to be when I was eating healthy and working out and leaning my body out, so that way I didn't have such excessive weight on me. I know that's a lot of people's New Year's resolutions, and it's the typical cliche one. Oh yeah, I was curious how much these weighed. 49,753 pounds. That's not too bad. So I have one of the cliche ones. Usually I don't have a resolution, but that's mine. And mine isn't to be at a specific weight, it's just to lose weight and to be healthier is all it really is. Now that doesn't mean, like, because I saw this merging really hard here. There we go. When I was working out and staying in shape, you would see it every year with the New Year's resolution, people coming in and they clog the gym up, and then about a month or two they'd fall off and not hold on to it, which it does suck, because I mean, it's something that you kind of promise to yourself, and then you just kind of get lax on it and go, yeah, I'm not going to do it. But I think when I'm going to start is probably going to be after that time period, because a lot of new people will be showing up at gyms and they'll really clog the gym up, so you don't have a lot of, you'll have to spend a lot more time there in between sets and equipment you want to use. So I think I'm going to wait a little bit till some of those people fall off of their goals, and then I'll give it a shot on my own. I honestly do not know how fast I'm going with this speedo the way it is. I think it says I'm doing 60. The speed limit is 80, but this truck in front of me is going really slow. I'm gonna get over and pass him. What happened to the time? Did I look at that wrong? Was I at PM and... Oh man, it was. That's my bad. When I first looked at the time, I thought it said 5 a.m. It was 5 p.m. So, for the new year, it looks like we will be doing another night run. I am sorry about that. I thought I was not doing that, but just a little detail of PM and AM is what got by me there. Which makes sense, because I had to go to get this truck, I had to go to my California garage to pick it up, and then I had to drive it out to Utah so I can pick up a run from Utah here. So I do promise that my next episode I will do my best to make sure it's a day run instead. But yeah, that is one of my goals for 2020 is to do that. To lose a good amount of weight. It'd be great if I could get back down to what I was, and I was at that weight about about 6 or 7 years ago. So it'd be nice to get back down to that again, because I felt really good. I had a lot of energy when I was that size. It's just it takes such a toll on your body when you're overweight like I am. Like, your body is constant. Pick up, if you're not sure how it is, pick up some luggage that's like 30 or 40 pounds and just imagine carrying that all day with you. That's pretty much what it does to your body. It's just you're carrying that luggage on you all day, and it just wears out joints. It's not healthy, to say the least. And then I haven't released any yet as of this recording, but I'm sure some of them will be releasing. For those of you that watch other videos of mine on my channel, as we're coming to another detour here. Looks like another accident. Man, poor people getting in accidents. That looks pretty much the same. Yeah, another wrecked car. Wow, that was another nasty looking one. It's like the Matrix. It looked the same. This guy cut over into my lane when I was trying to get back to it, so I wasn't blocking the fast lane, but so be it. Yep, see, now you want to get over, don't you? And I only have forklifts on the back, so I'm going to be passing this guy too, probably. And that mirror is not in the best position either. Then again, this is an old truck. I think this truck is from the 70s. I'll probably get corrected on that too, but I think it's a truck from the 70s era. Only reason I know that is because the engine that I put in it is, I think it's a Cummins, but it gives you the year. It helps me out, at least, for people that don't know like me. It said it was 1984 engine, so I was like, okay, well, apparently it went in these trucks, so I'll throw it in there. So we're going to be driving with this. And nobody coming down the fast lane. We'll probably switch lanes here again. But yeah, like I said, I'll get us a day episode here of American Truck Sim 2. How fast are we going? We're just doing a little over 60. The speed limit is 75, and this guy is... Well, I guess he's doing it now. I guess he was just having a hard time getting up that grate. Because now that we're going downhill, I seem to be moving pretty good, and he's keeping pace with me. I feel bad though, I'm blocking that car in. Oh, now I'm losing pace again. Actually, I'm really surprised I am, because all I'm hauling is 2 forklifts. That's not the end of the world. You can bypass the way station. Cool, thank you. It's nice to not have to go to one for a change. And then I've been meaning to put this in the previous episodes I recorded, but 2020 with the new year, I'm sure I know one of them released for sure, but I'm not sure if the other one's going to release by this time or if it'll release a little bit later on. But talk about some OCRP development. So for those of you that watch, the IRL civilian vehicles made their debut at the beginning of December when Dave added snow to the server as well, which is pretty cool. Just like this here, we got snow. We got snow in the OCRP server for the month, which is pretty cool. And it's going to be for the entire month of December, so by the time this episode comes out, it's probably already gone. But yeah, the IRL Civ vehicles made their debut. I took a look and verified it was 1,260 new files, with some that I already had made too, just for those alone. So that was a lot of work that I burned through in about a 3 or 4 month span. And I think it was, if I got the final count right, it was about 31 cars. That's just cars. That's not including the mods to each car with like carbon fiber hoods and stuff like that. As always, there's a few kinks I gotta work out with them that people have noticed while they're on the live server, which I'll send a hot fix to Dave. That way it corrects those issues and they can continue on with them. But it seems like a lot of people have been enjoying them, been getting a lot of good feedback from them, which is always good to hear. Me and this guy, if you can't tell, are racing right now. Me and him are really keeping pace. Like, I'm trying to get ahead of him so I can get the poor guy behind me is probably pissed as all hell. Let me see. Yeah. Well, he's kind of keeping pace with us too, so I guess he's okay with it. But I have been trying to get past this truck for the longest time, and it looks like my lane's gonna end, so I am gonna have to get over. But we're gonna race him to it. We're gonna race him to it. Yep. Oh, he's gonna let us in. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. And we're gonna race right through the cone zone, like total, complete, inconsiderate people. Oh, I don't need to be over here anymore. I passed it. We're supposed to dip down to 55, and we were doing 65. I guess we weren't that bad. I thought we were traveling a lot faster than that. But yeah, the IRR vehicles made it out, or IRL, in real life vehicles. And Dave did a stream showcasing those, and they're on his, he clipped and shared that video on his YouTube channel. You guys should check that out, by Mr. Dammit Dave. And then, let's see, what else came out? That came out. A bunch of stuff came out at the same time. That came out. The new E350 RV that I made came out as well, which is pretty cool. You can enter into the back of it and cruise around back there. It has two setups in the back. It has your typical RV with a living area in it, and then it has another setup to pay homage to Breaking Bad. It has a meth lab back there too, in case you want to run a meth lab, a mobile one, in the server. That came out. A new snowplow came out. That request came in pretty quickly for me because with the snow coming into the server, they wanted to see a snowplow. So it's just pretty much a default Rockstar car with some lights and the snowplow equipment on it. So it's pretty easy to make, but it was a lot of fun making that one too. And I mean, I would say it was okay, considering I'm a guy that doesn't live in the snow, so I know very little about snowplows. So that came out as well. And then the what was the other thing that came out? There's the E350, which is the RV. There's the snowplow. There's the IRL cars. Oh, and the race day stuff. So I have been working on this race day pack for probably a year or so, waiting on it for its completion. It's really simple. All it is the NASCAR from Rockstar that they have in there. It's called a hot ring, but the vehicle is UV mapped to a template now, so you can make liveries for it. The truck that I made for like a truck series, and the pace car, and it's been hung up for so long because we couldn't find anybody that wanted to make the liveries for the cars and the trucks. And one of the members of OCRP stepped up and said that he would do it, and he made all the liveries for both of them. It was like, well, with the exception of a few, because some were made by, you guys know him as Logic, for the guy that does the carcals for me for OCRP, and he also does map mods for OCRP. There's another dev there. He did a few for him, and then there was a few others done too, but this guy did the majority of them, and they look great. I think there's about 17 or 18 total liveries. Man, this traffic is really really slowing down for this exit. Wow, I should have switched lanes. I wasn't sure if it was safe or not, though. And I have to climb again on speed. Oh, and I talked myself into going the wrong way. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. I knew it. I missed my exit. I missed it a long time ago. It was trying to make me U-turn. Alright, just for the normally I want to do this for a video, but just for the sake of the video length, I'm going to leave this part of the navigation up because I'm used to seeing it over here as I almost hit that barrier. Wants me to make a U-turn in the middle of the freeway. That's not happening. As unlegit as I do some things, that's one of them that's not going to happen. But as much talking and wrong way driving as I've been doing, I think I might need to get gas too. Looking at the gas needle down here, I might have extended my route to where I need to get gas. We're going to get off here so we can get to the correct way that we need to go. Go. Yeah, normally, you guys know I normally don't have the navigation up like that on the screen just to add to the realism a little bit for the simulator crowd, but in this truck and with it being off like that, it's just something I'm probably going to overlook and keep overshooting, and for the sake of the video length, I'll just keep that up for now. And, whoo, that guy's flying. Oh, okay, cool. I got a lane to get onto the highway. And then safely merge over. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I needed. I need more on-ramps like this, where it's just a little bit safer. There we go. So yeah, those race cars came out too in the race truck, that race series, so I don't think anybody's used them yet. I could be wrong, but hopefully when the and it makes sense because there's snow on the server right now. Well, it's about to go away by the time of this episode release, but once that goes away, maybe they'll start a series with them, which will be pretty cool to see. Especially fun seeing the pace car on there, and all of the vehicles are Rockstar vehicles, so it kind of keeps that like vanilla vehicle look and not a IRL one, which is pretty cool. So those release, and the one that I'm not sure will release or not release by the time this episode comes out is the additions and fixes to the LEO vehicles. So not only did the Civs get all these new vehicles and these new mods and all these new things, but the police officers are going to be getting some new stuff too. And perfect time to talk about it since one just passed me. The police department, the LSPD, is getting a new Ford Taurus. That was at the request of Civ Ryan, if I could do that, and I said, yeah, that's no problem, I'll do that. And he kind of sent me a layout of how he wanted it to look, and I tried to keep it as close as I could to it. So I'm hoping he's pretty happy with that. That was one of the new things added to it. And then I had a request to make the Dodge Charger for the Highway Patrol look more like the IRL Florida Highway Patrol one. So it's got all blue lights and it uses a Valor bar instead. So that thing looks pretty cool too. I know it doesn't have all the correct equipment on it, but with the light placement and everything, I would say it's pretty close to the real life version of that car. So I'm hoping everybody in the community enjoys that one as well. And then with that, I took the light bar off and I made that the stealth charger, so that got an update too to the new setup and the new look of the other marked one. And then I redesigned the Tahoe for highway as well, so it has a Valor bar now too. So pretty much in summary, we removed all the Javelin light bars that the Florida Highway Patrol used to use from our highway fleet in OCRP. and we went with the Valor bar just because that's what Florida is using these days. Just because it's a lot sleeker and it's a nicer design and they can do more with it, so it made sense to kind of go that route. So those are the major changes that you can see with within the server. There's a few, the rest of them are mainly fixes and then like tweaks to stuff that I kind of got feedback on. Like one of the things that I got a lot of feedback on is people didn't like the pre-tinted back windows. So like if you ever look at a new car, not a car, maybe like an SUV or a truck, like a Tahoe or an Expedition or an F-150, typically the rear windows and the back window are pre-tinted from the factory because one, it's legal to do that, so they don't have a problem doing that. And then two, it just makes the car look that much more sleeker. So I did that with our LEO versions, but kind of got a lot of feedback that people didn't like it. And I was like, you know what, I could take that off. That's not too hard to change. So I took that off. That's one of the visual changes you'll see with the vehicles. There's that construction stop again. There's our drop off. That's how how far we drove past it. Jeez, that was bad. I must have missed like 3 exits till I finally realized it. But yeah, those are the changes for the LEO vehicles. Then there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff I changed with them. Like I cleaned up the data files so it's a lot easier to read. I used some of the GTA coloring that it uses for like wheels and stuff. I used that so that way you get the proper tone of color instead of using a texture for like wheels and stuff like that. What else? I got rid of that window tint. I cleaned up the car variation meta file. We did a new light setup for the LSPD. That was mostly Logic that did that though. I didn't have anything to do with it other than changing the roof bar around to a different pattern. I'm not gonna pull out. The guy's coming. Oh, he's turning right. Okay, he's good. No, I'm good. There we go. So we got a new light patterns for the Valor bars that the LSPD is using on their cars. Woo! And get the wheel turned enough. But those will be pretty cool to see too. Got a lot of strobe effects is what I saw Logic doing with those. And then we did some fixes for minor things like stuff that had like a green tint to it and whatnot. Most likely, I don't know. I may not release those or give those to Dave to release because we did our initial release already. And it's pretty easy for somebody to fix like the green tint issues by just simply changing the texture. Or the quality of the texture, but I may go through and change some of the stuff so it goes with the initial release of the cars that we did for when they first came out for the public. We'll see. It'll kind of depend how I feel. So let's see. We got Let's Play It Safe, which is just pull straight up, and then we have Where Do You Need It, which is back here, probably on a dock, but that's not too hard to do. You can probably do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Go ahead and pull in here. I just realized I did not take a screenshot for this thing either, so I'll have to figure something out. Maybe where we started at is where I'll be. Won't be the best looking one, but it'll be something. For a thumbnail. Yep, that's a dock back here. I could blindside it in, but I think I could get away with doing it, just doing a regular easy one. If I swing out here, yeah. Just gotta manage past that trailer, which is fine. And then the dock ramp. Oh, this is kind of neat actually, to be honest. This looks kind of like the dock at my job in real life. The drive-up ramp in it and whatnot. Or forklift ramp, I don't know what you would call it. Ours is drive-up. You can actually drive a car up it. Alright, this might take some finessing. Let's see. It's going to require a lot of cutting. Let's see here. Might have to go up the ramp a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna have to blindside this thing in. Nothing like a challenge, though, I guess. We'll try to blindside it in. Oh, there's a truck here already. Must be making that easy drop off. Okay. Oh, let me see. Which one? Yeah, this one's probably easier to do. Luckily, it's just forklift, so it's easy to see. Truck's probably here because they're waiting for the forklifts to get here so they can offload the truck. They needed these, they look like sit-down forklifts. Whoa! Yep, into the trailer. Yep, crash violation. Wasn't paying attention to how that was going. That was bound to happen. That's how it is when I blindside a trailer in. I always crash it into something. Let's cut this a lot harder than what we were. That's probably the problem. I thought we had a lot more room. There we go. Alright, let's put the parking brake on this time. Let's kill the lights. Let's kill the engine. Let's get out and look. Even though I smacked into that other trailer, I'd say we did pretty good with our final drop off here. That's pretty lined up for their dock plate to get these forklifts offloaded. Oh yeah, they are sit downs. Okay. Let's go ahead and decouple the trailer. See how we're doing here. Yep. So some like it's salty. Okay. I'm not sure what that achievement is, but okay. Maybe making deliveries from Salt Lake City. But we did excellent on this one, even with the little fender bender with the trailer. We drove 410 miles. It took us 7 hours and 40 minutes just because I'm an idiot and overlooked the exit. We consumed 147 gallons of fuel, which I need to check that again. I think we might be almost out of fuel. We earned 7,258 for the base, almost 2,000 more for proficiency, even though we drove the wrong way. We earned a little over 1,300 more because it's high value cargo, because it's some forklifts, and then another $1,300 for fragile cargo. And there's that trailer maneuver bonus again, so that must have been there this whole time and I just never noticed it. We earned a total of $11,917 and 1,113 XP on this run. So not too shabby. It was a pretty good run, even though we drove as far as we did. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of American Truck Simulator. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought. But until next time, take care.